This is an All Ears English podcast, episode 20, Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome to the All Ears English podcast, where you'll finally get real native English conversation. Now here are your hosts, Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer, and Gabby Wallace, the language angel, coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
In today's episode, you'll learn a lesser-known way to practice your English on the telephone. Okay, Gabby, so today you mentioned that you have a really interesting tip that English learners can use to actually find a way to practice English finally. So what is that tip? What did you used to do when
Yeah,
you
it's
were a kid?
kind of embarrassing. It's kind of weird, but if you are open-minded and you don't mind trying something a little different, this is a great tip. Very, very practical way to practice your English for free. So, what I used to do when I was a kid and bored out of my mind, like 11 years old, nothing to do, didn't want to do my homework, just wanted, something entertaining, I would look for, something around the house, like a product or maybe a food product or like any game or anything where there was a label. And on the label, there is usually a suggestions, comments, and then a phone number, like an 800, like a free phone number. So I would pick up the phone and I would call the 1-800 number and I would just start talking to the person. I would say, hey, how you doing?
That's so funny.
Where does this phone number go? Like, what state are you in?
But did you actually offer suggestions or just kind of, you called just to
No,
chat?
I kind of just called a chat. That's why it was kind of funny. But actually, that would be a good way to practice your English and not be such a weirdo. You could offer suggestions or comments about the product.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell them why you like the product or if you have any ideas for improvements. One product, just for an example, could be a box of cereal.
Right. So what would you do to change the product? It's an interesting idea. I've never thought about this in terms of ways to practice English, but it is,
Like, get a box of Frosted Flakes, try it out, and probably my suggestion would be, this is great, so tasty, but, for breakfast, it's too much like a dessert. It's too sweet for me. So, find out what happens. Call the number and, what's the worst that could happen?
Why not? Yeah. And the good thing about that is that you don't actually have to be face-to-face with the person, which sometimes can be a little bit embarrassing. So this is actually a way to practice your phone skills, phone English.
Exactly. And it's going to be professional phone skills because these people are working. They're going to answer the phone in a professional way. And, they'll have a professional conversation. They'll end the phone call in a professional way and just observe the vocabulary that they use.
Nice. Thanks for that tip.
Yeah, no
try
problem.
that in Spanish.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow, Thursday, with Deep Thoughts Thursday, where we share an inspirational quote with you.
See you tomorrow.
See you then.
Okay, so Gabby, what do you think would be the best way for students to use the All Ears English podcast to actually move from the intermediate to the advanced level?
Yeah, a lot of people get stuck at the intermediate level. I know in my own language learning that listening and then reading the transcript of what I just listened to, like a radio program or a podcast, really helped me to push my language skills to the advanced level.
Absolutely. So in order to do that and to actually get more out of this All Ears English experience, where can our listeners go?
Well, you guys can get premium transcripts of all of our podcasts, word for word, what we're saying, if you go to allearsenglish.com/conversations.
And one more time, that's www.allearsenglish.com/conversations. Thanks for listening to the All Ears English podcast. We're here to help you learn English, and you can help us by leaving a 5-star review on iTunes. See you next time.